Our dogs are going through life, they're having experiences. At the moment, it might be one of the reasons why they're chasing so much is because the environment is providing those experiences for them. Now, what we've got to think about is actually, if we're to give our dogs a reinforcement-rich life, we need to be having those experiences with them. Now, how that might look is observing your dog, and this is a bit of a task, observing your dog for the next couple of days and seeing, what do they choose to occupy their time doing? So, maybe for the next day, let's say, try not to manage them when you go home or if you're already at home. Try not to manage them too much. Try not to limit them too much. See what they choose to do at home. See what they choose to do in the garden.
Where do they spend or expend their energy? Where do they utilise their time? What would they do given that choice?
Yeah, because the way that your dog interacts with the world, at the moment you're looking at it as a struggle, as something that potentially is a little bit naughty, but actually it's information. That the reason why your dog's choosing the environment over you in that situation is because the environment's providing them exactly what they want and need in that instance. And when we think about it like information rather than a struggle, we can, in turn, use it. So what we're saying is that your dog, you need to use the tool of a reinforcement-rich life, and that includes things like ditching the bowl. Ditching the bowl so that your dog's daily food allowance goes into what you want.
And when we say the reinforcement-rich life, what we'd like you to do is effectively a bit of a body scan of your dog. So effectively within this, you're doing a body scan. So kind of like you're going to the doctors and you're having a workup and they check everything out about you. You're doing a body scan. People call reinforcement-rich life many different things. You've heard of it as nothing in life is free, or you might have heard of it as learn to earn, or you might have heard of it as rough love, or there's lots of different names for it, or tough love, I think it was with children. So you could have heard it in many different ways. We call it reinforcement-rich life because we like the idea that we give back rather than we're removing things, and we understand the reinforcement framework. That's your goal, is to understand the reinforcement framework.
Because let's take the example of ditching the bowl. Your dog wakes up every day with daily food allowance. It's a pot of value. That pot of value can go into rewarding them for great choices.
You might be horrified. These two have not had their breakfast. They have not had their breakfast. Hands up who's horrified. No, the group is good. Educated group. They haven't had their breakfast. Why? They'll probably demo quite a lot today, and then they'll go in and have some Kongs. And the reason that we're going to do that with them, and you've got some great people in here who can show you some of the fillings they use and some of the things that they do, that's exactly how we bring them back down after working or after demoing or after being out. So there is no way I need to be giving them breakfast as well as that. And they also did get a handful of food scattered in the fields this morning. So you can't guarantee where it will come from or when it will come, but it is coming. So they don't know. It could be an opportune, like there was the moment there where there was a noise behind them, they were distracted by it. I'll reinforce them for making no response to that. Yeah, and when I say no response, not barking, not leaving, not going to investigate it. So they'll just get a couple of pieces of food and they don't even see where the food comes from. It's like coming from the sky. So it's that moment of distract, mark, treat without even them seeing the opportunity really.
And the story that some people would tell themselves, if we continue with that example, is that by using your dog's daily food allowance to reward them, we're somehow taking something away from them. Are we taking something away from them, or are we turning what is a relatively boring thing of having their food in a bowl and turning it into an experience, which is exactly why they're choosing the environment over you right now? So, for example, their daily food allowance could come in the form of rewarding them when distractions happen, but it could come in the form of actually, let's chase bits of food along the floor, engaging with you. But you're part of the game.
Think about it in terms of enrichment rather than deprivation. So whenever you have the opportunity to ditch the bowl, I can't imagine, I don't own bowls. I don't have dog bowls. They have a water bowl, but they still prefer to drink outside water. They'd much prefer that. So we literally don't have any dog bowls. Hands up if you're a bit similar to me and you don't have dog bowls at home. There's a few of you. So I think that that's quite a nice place to get to. And there's the people that worry they're going to get enough, and how do you make sure they all get equal? I have a feel of them. I see how they feel in the day. I look at how much they've done, and I try to do it accordingly. And it's not exact. Oh my God, it's not exact. I mean, my dogs look healthy. They work well, and that's what you're looking at all the time. You're looking at how they're looking and what they're doing in front of you.